Thank you, Mr. Brigance. Okay. Guess we're going to start with guests, and tonight Sawyer is here to go over his plans for his Eagle Scout project. And Sawyer, the floor is yours.
Where would you like me to stand?
Wherever you feel comfortable.
Hello everyone, my name is Sawyer Sharver. I am a Life Scout out of Troop 101 in Auburn, and I'm currently working towards my Eagle Scout rank. I am here today to give an updated proposal on my Eagle Scout project proposal. I was recently here in September, and I proposed my idea to the trustees, and I met with Mr. McCune and later on, and he made some suggestions and I made some changes. So the changes that I have made, I have picked a tree that we are going to plant on just the south side now of the playground at the Auburn Community Park. These trees will be October Glory red maples. They're about 50 feet high in height, and they have about a 40-foot canopy. We will plant these around 45 to 50 feet away from the park, the playground, so that it will provide shade in the summer, but it won't cause any liabilities by branching over the park. And then we also decided that I'm going to plant two flowering trees. I gave Mr. McCune 3 suggestions, which was flowering dogwood, crabapple, and redbud. My personal favorite is redbud. It's the most available and it looks the best in season. And that's my project proposal so far. I am here today to hopefully get signatures so that I can move on to Lake Erie Council and then get my project rolling.
You've done a lot of work here.
Yeah, it's
and
really
thank you.
impressive.
This is very impressive what you've done, Sawyer.
Got some bat houses going in there too.
Yes, sir.
We met with the Sawyer and I and his dad, and we met with Sean from the Western Reserve Land Conservancy, and he gave Sean also, or Sawyer, some examples as far as the bat houses and what have you. He was very, I think, very appreciative of what you're doing, and so if there's any questions from our board, I think I've gone over quite a bit of this already with Sawyer, so if
I
Mike
think you've
or
taken
PJ.
care of all the questions that we
I
brought
think
up.
we have.
initially.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
done.
I've seen a lot of proposals from these. This is very well done.
Thank you. Here is the original.
This is where you need us to sign?
Yes, sir.
You need to sign all three of us, or?
No, just one would be perfect.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you're okay with
Is there a
the
pen?
red bud?
Yes, we are.
Okay, perfect.
Is there any questions here in the audience for Sawyer before he leaves?
I got a quick question. Is the flowering trees, are those like considered like pollinators at all for like honeybees and stuff? Or that should be a Gene question actually, but I'm gonna ask it.
I haven't looked that far into it, but I can look further into it. Yeah.
I was just
He's got it
curious.
right here on his program. It says, "Spring attracts pollinators."
Okay, good.
Crab apples. Yeah.
And then I'll just throw a suggestion with bat boxes. They have boxes they use, and they actually have breeding boxes that have multiple chambers, so we'll look into that.
Yeah.
So, because
They-
that's eating mosquitoes.
It houses about a dozen per box, and I'm thinking of making 3. So.
Good.
We just put it in a bat shipping container and get a lot more bats
Sawyer, did we talk about when you plant these trees in the beginning, watering, or what we're gonna do with that? Are you gonna put one of those bags on it, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, so they're going to be bolt and burlapped, and then we're going to mulch them and then water them, and I will keep checking up on the trees every so often and keep watering and taking care of them.
Fantastic. Again, anyone have any questions here for Sawyer? Sawyer, that was an excellent proposal. We're very proud of you.
Thank you so
Glad
much.
to have you here in
Appreciate it.
Auburn.
Appreciate
it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Should be very proud, Dad. Okay, moving on. Minute approval. The regular meetings from September 15th, are there any additions or corrections to those minutes?
Had none?
Michael? Nothing?
Make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Yes, there is.
Michael?
Yes.
BJ?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, next we have the first of the public meetings that we did on September 15th. The first one was for the ZC 2025-01 at 6:15. Is there any additions or corrections to those minutes?
No, had none there either. Make a motion.
Is there a second? Okay,
Michael?
Yes.
BJ?
Yes.
Gene?
yes. Okay, the second public hearing for ZC 2025-02. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes?
No, I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
BJ?
Yes.
Gene?
Yes. Our last meeting was at 6:45 for the ZC 2025-03. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes?
Nope. Make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
BJ?
Yes.
Gene?
Yes.
Okay, two.
Do we have meetings for the,
Obviously, the regular meeting.
the,
Missed the first one. Yeah. Yeah.
and we have minutes for the
There should be two more there. correct?
executive session? Yes.
And we got that one.
Okay, so these
We
two.
enter into executive session.
Okay, so you got two more.
That's it.
Two more down in the on that.
I don't have.
That's regular, and that's
You
okay.
spelled my name.
I didn't do that. Nancy. Where's that one?
There's these two. This was the,
Special meeting.
this was when we went into executive session. But there should be one,
22nd.
was there one more copy for,
No.
okay,
Well, here, yeah.
Is it there?
There's two sets that he's signing.
yeah. And what about the?
This is regular.
That's regular, right, so is
That's
that,
page one.
that's page 2.
That is
Oh, what's on the back?
page two. You got that one already. That is,
Should be everything.
that's the regular business meeting.
You're
Yeah,
missing this
we're missing those 3.
special meeting on the
Special.
22nd.
Okay, I got a one here.
Yeah, we're missing the one for the
Gave
22nd.
you 02.
I have 02 and.
Okay. The regular, when we interviewed,
Yeah.
03.
I have a copy, but I don't have the original.
Yeah, I don't see it either
All right. Did you guys get copies of that one? Of this?
here.
From this
one. 22nd.
Yeah, you want to look at it real quick and then make a motion?
It was all executive session.
No, we don't, but we don't have one for CC 25-03. There's no minutes. There should be 3 sets of minutes for these zoning amendments.
You do, you have.
You got them all?
01, 02, and 03.
Okay.
02.
Yeah, we met, for any confusion that we're raising here, we met again in a special meeting on the 22nd in order to interview 4 applicants for a position at the road department. You know, there's not going to be any specifics in here other than, we went to executive session pursuant to 121.22G1. That's the purpose, is to interview potential employment. And that's about the bulk of the minutes. So
That's
now
it.
that I've seen it, I will make a motion to approve those.
Can I have that copy?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can make sure Nancy.
Yeah.
It's,
All right.
there was a motion by
Who made the
BJ.
motion?
I made the
BJ,
motion.
Mike second.
Mike?
Yes.
AJ.
Yep.
Gene.
Yes, okay. All right, let's move on. Scout reports, Frank Kitco, zoning inspector.
Okay, gentlemen, should all have a copy of September's activity. We processed 15 applications. You can see there, they're pretty well spread out. 4 agricultural exemptions leaves the roll for each month, but we had a new house, we had a couple swimming pools, we had a couple of additions, so it's pretty well spread out. So we've been a little busy. In reference to the patio lounge, I spoke with the representative of the owner and the lady that runs the place. She is supposed to schedule a meeting with you gentlemen to discuss her situation. I told her I cannot do anything for her one way or the other.
The woman who runs the place wants to meet with us?
Yes.
Because we really can't negotiate with her, we have to negotiate
Well,
with the
you
owner.
have to negotiate with both of them, yes. And that's what I told her. I think I told her she needed to get on the agenda, to call Nancy and get on the agenda. And I also spoke with Nancy to check with Chrissy, our assistant prosecutor, as to the exact procedures to go about if, one, you decide to modify, how it has to be done, so she should have information back for you guys as to the process if you were to decide to modify any. According to what I understand, there are several things that she wants to speak about. One of them, of course, is the fence, which is the one that we are concerned with, but, so anyway, I'm just bringing up to speed on that. And of course, you are aware that we are being sued by, what is it, 44 East or whatever they are, Mr. DiNardo. And we have contacted both attorneys and made contact with the county prosecutor's office and as well as our Tarma's representative, because they are asking, one of the suits, they are asking for money so that, because we have denied them due process and so forth, so they are asking for money, which then goes to Tarma's our representative. We have spoken with them, and I believe at some point I will have to meet with the attorneys at some point. I don't know when yet or anything, I just know that.
Have we got assigned a judge or anything with this yet?
I think the judge is Paskey, if I remember right. But you know how those things go, they have to have, different meetings and so forth. So I have not spoken, I have spoken with our representative from the county, but I have not spoken in any length with, Tanya, or I guess it's Tanya and Megan are the two from Tarma. I have not had any contact from them other than to notify them of the situation.
Yeah, there's a fairly wide array of complaints that they filed.
Yes.
I gotta think that the court's gonna narrow that down.
Well, according to Chrissy, she wants to, I think, put them all together in a lump sum, and
Well, everything you asked them to do that they wouldn't do is what they're complaining about, so
well,
it's like.
I
don't know where they're
my
really going to.
situation is that, my whole situation is this. We have what we call required data to apply for a zoning permit. They have not done that, number one. Number two, they went to the Board of Appeals for a conditional use, and my feeling or understanding of our zoning resolution is they have no right to go to the Board of Appeals to begin with, because our resolution states that before you can go to the Board of Appeals, you must meet all zoning requirements. They have not done that because they have, one, they don't have haven't put the lots together, they haven't turned in required data, they have issues as far as they have a canopies, they've shown canopies on the drawings in front of the main structure exceeding the height. They have, on their conceptual plan, they don't have all of the side yard setback dimensions and so forth. Yeah, I can figure it out, I'm not a dummy, I can measure, but that's not my job. My job is, you submit to me, fill out the application, answer the questions, and give me a site plan that I can look at and verify. They refuse to do that.
Yeah,
So-
we aren't
so-
gonna we can't litigate that here, but
No.
there's some stuff you haven't even mentioned, like
Oh, yeah.
lot lines and things like that.
Right.
So just to summarize, the board is being sued by a company who came in here and told us they were gonna build a gas station with a restaurant that turned out to be a truck stop with 18-plus trucks, and he wants you to issue him a permit so that he can do the things that he has to do before he gets a permit.
Right.
Is that what we're saying here?
Yes.
Does everybody get that?
Yeah,
Everybody get that? Okay, just to be clear.
yeah.
Okay.
That's-
Clear as mud.
All right. Anything else, Frank?
That's it.
That's it?
That's enough.
Are there any questions for Frank? Okay, just so we're clear. Kristen. Fire chief. No, I'm sorry.
I'm you.
Bob. Mike. I was all y'all together there.
The Auburn Township Road Report for October 2025. Resident requests, we did 2 ditching projects on Lucky Bell, ditching on Thorpe, ditching on Crackle, ditching on Taylor May west of Quinn, some ditching on Taylor May near Alex. Did some ditching on Saybrook, right on the corner of Donnie Glen and Saybrook, and some ditching on Stafford west of 44. Well, the road was kind of closed, which was nice. That is back open now. I don't know if anybody mentioned that, but it's open.
Stafford is.
Stafford's open at 44 for traffic now, with a light.
Long light.
It's a long
If you're
line.
coming up Stafford.
I caught it at just the wrong time, that's gotta be 6 or 8 minutes
Oh,
there.
yeah.
We started some equipment repairs now that it's been dry enough. We haven't got quite as many resident requests, so the equipment's been in need of repair. Our handheld auger needed fuel lines, we replaced that. The boom mower, it's got several issues, but there's a seal on the back that was leaking oil real bad, and Mark got that repaired. John Zoke actually came back to the shop and helped us rebuild the steering cylinders on the boom mower, they were leaking pretty bad. The flail mower, the 8-foot flail mower, the belt went on that, so we got that fixed. The other mower on the boom mower, the brush hog head that goes on the boom mower, we took that all apart again and took the bearing housing in to have it worked on because the lower seal went out of that. Truck 18 threw a code and went into limp mode. It turned out it was a speed sensor. We got that repaired and fixed. The flail axe head that goes on the boom mower, that was repaired by it needed fabrication work and welding work, and that was handled by a Amish welder. He took care of that for us. The backhoe, all the filters and all the oil on the entire machine needed repaired, so we went ahead and did that and kind of pushed that through while things were on sale. That's why you were signing it after the fact that we'd already bought everything. Truck 18, the strobe lights aren't working correctly. We found 2 issues.
Is that the same truck that had the fuse? 18?
Yeah, 18, it had the speed sensor go, and then we're starting to ramp up for snow, so I told them to take a look at the strobe lights that weren't working on the back. We found it was a computer board, like a control board, that was burned out, and one of the rear strobes was burned, so we're thinking maybe it burned out and burned something in the board, so you signed some requisitions to buy those parts and get that fixed. And then truck 15, which would be old truck 15, had an air leak. We did find out where that was at, and you guys signed requisitions to put a new air tank on that. We had the picnic. You know, as the road department, we helped set up tables and chairs. We set up the games. We mark out the spots for the, you know, the junk in the truck. Move picnic tables around. We did get the whole field cut. We did place signs around the township, you know, advertising for the picnic. I think we had 2 deer. The only deer I know that we picked up was over on Taylor May, just west of 44, across from the Chiefs there. I think they picked up another deer. I wasn't here. I was on vacation. I think that was on Taylor May too. Cemetery, we had a funeral September 6th. That was an ash interment. We had a funeral September 19th. That was an ash interment. And we did pick up concrete and boards for footers for the cemetery. Just some general things. We've started going around the township and patching holes. I had everybody run their plow routes and just jot down any holes in the entire township that needed patched. We want to try to get those done. All the asphalt plants are still open and we can use hot mix. We did get started on that. We started at Stafford on Messenger, went all the way up Stafford to Wing. There were some bad spots right at Wing. We got that patched. We went down Wing and we did Roberts while we were down that way. The engineers did deliver a speed study to me on Taylor May. Now, they studied Taylor May from 44 to Munn Road, and they had several suggestions on signage. Some of the recommendations were one speed limit sign they wanted moved. They wanted us to add a speed limit sign. They wanted us to add Hill Blocks View signs, and they wanted signs on either side of St. James Place that shows that, you know, with the name with the T as an intersection. We did everything that they had asked on that entire road. It's all done, all new signs. You guys signed requisitions for all those signs, and those are up. And
Mike, is that the request, the speed request we made probably 2 or 3 years ago?
I think this is one that was a while ago.
They just finished one on Munn too. didn't they?
Well, that,
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
brand new one.
but Taylor May, I remember making that speed request.
I had a resident
Yeah.
call me about, he wanted Hill Blocks View. So I called Tim at the engineers and talked to him, and he said, I've got that study, I'll finish it up, and I'll email that to you with all my suggestions. So we did get the signs up that the resident had requested or asked for. So he did get his signs plus several others.
Yeah, we had a long-term resident that lives on, is that maybe Greatview? What's the name of that road? South side of, real nice home, south side of Taylor May, east
Yeah,
of
Greatwood.
Greatwood?
yeah.
Greatwood. That was a good 3 years ago when we made that request, so.
Yeah, this was down further, kind of between Greatwood and the next development down, you know, I'm not sure who lives down there. But it was recognized by the engineers and
I
recommended.
drove it yesterday, it's true. It's quite a hill there. Yeah, can't see what's under the bed.
So we did accomplish everything they had asked on that. PJ and I did attend a meeting at the engineer's office. They wanted to talk to us about some new software they developed, and what that software is gonna do is give them more information on our roads, so that when I give them a road project or a road section to do, it'll have a lot of information already for them, and that's what they're working on with this new software right now. That was the main reason we went. They wanted to talk a little bit about partnering, which just meant who do we talk to up there for different questions and that kind of thing.
New engineer.
Yeah, new engineer, nice guy. Just wanted to kind of see, I think wanted to kind of meet everybody. I'm not sure. I did turn in all the road projects to the engineer for 2026, so they have those. And actually started looking at them. I did talk to a guy, one of the engineers up there, he said, I got your extensive list, and he said everything looks good. We should be, from what he could see, there should be a problem with the budget, but he's got to really look into it further, you know. And we did replace the stop signs at Valley and Stafford. They were getting a little faded, so we replaced both of those. That's all I have.
Any questions for Mike on the board?
Yeah, Mike, this one that came in from the
Oh.
street study on Munn.
I got it, I do have something else. I did read through that.
Yeah, right now it's unposted, so the statutory speed limit is 55, and it kind of looks like after this work got done,
They're gonna drop it
they're
down.
gonna drop it to
5 miles.
50.
Yeah,
So,
50.
and of course, that is a county road, so
Mhm.
we don't
We don't do
have
that.
anything to do with that,
Munn?
but, Munn, yeah.
So it's 55 now?
Anything
It's-
that's
yeah.
not posted, so it's.
Yeah, it's not posted. Once again, it's not our road.
I don't know if I mentioned, I came by Munn and Taylor May one morning. There was, count them, 8 attorneys standing in the middle of the road. So obviously, there was an accident there that somebody's suing over. Of course, being me, I rolled down the window and I said, how many attorneys does it take to find out if a road's a bad intersection? But they didn't think that was funny, it was early, so.
You know what that was? That was that Velasano bike ride.
Oh, was that what that was?
That's what that was. And of course, all these bikes, there's thousands of bikes on that Velasano ride. That was the first year they brought it out here. The sheriff didn't know it was gonna be out here. It was like cluster, it really was. And so they're all rolling the stop sign there, and somebody got hit during the day. And there's lawsuits, and that's why they were there.
It just seemed funny to see a bunch of ladies and gentlemen in suits and ties standing in the middle of the road at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Don't see that too often.
I know you don't.
I did get one more estimate for crack sealing the service garage and fire department. This was from Auburn Asphalt, and I think you guys have a copy of what he quoted. His price was the best so far. I'm pretty sure Nancy, I think she gave you guys a copy. If not, I have a copy I can show you. I mean, I did check into those other companies. You
Oh, yeah.
guys asked me to, get some references, and the ones they gave me were fine.
Is it time to do that? Does that need to be done now?
Crack sealing, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
It's been a couple of years since we've done it.
Yeah. It's a dire need.
And what's the quote?
It's this
Is this the 48,
Yeah.
4,850?
That's for the service garage, and then yes, $2,850 for the fire department.
He is considerably lower than anybody else.
Yes, he is.
Auburn Asphalt,
Local guy, apparently.
Newberry, Ohio, around 44? Where would he be?
That one is 28,000?
No. 2,850.
Another quote.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we're not looking at those.
No, I'm just saying, what it is.
Yeah. How does the board feel about this? We need to do this?
Yeah, I think, I don't think you can go wrong with this. We'll see what kind of work he does, I mean,
That's what I'd recommend.
that's kind of what I would do too there.
You want to entertain a motion?
I mean, this is right in front of everybody, so if it works, and we'll know
Yeah.
it, so.
Right.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to go with Auburn Asphalt for the
4850 for the one and
the
2850
service garage and the
for
fire department.
Is there a second to that motion?
I will second.
Mike,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Gene.
Yes. Okay.
I will give him a call tomorrow and let him know.
Now, as you and I talked a little earlier today, that we got to get that sheet when we find out how to word it. That company that's attached to us, they're mowing our lawn. They need to sign a paper understanding they're mowing our property, not theirs.
That's the company off of Washington Street.
The old Cape, yeah, the guy
Right,
about
the
Cape.
company.
That,
As long as
and
they're
I
not-
brought that strip to show you if you want to,
Yeah, I kind of looked at
Here.
it, Nancy, but yeah, I'd like to.
here.
And then,
This strip here,
and that's not part of the conservancy, is it?
this strip here, it's a very small strip,
Right,
but they're mowing it, and that's not their property.
right.
We don't care if they mow it, but like she said,
Well,
50
if
years
it's-
from now, they're gonna say, hey, we've been mowing that for 50 years,
If
it's
it's in
ours.
the conservancy, they're not allowed to mow it.
Well,
They're not.
Is that
Either
part
tell
of
them
it?
don't mow it, or they need to sign a waiver that they understand they're mowing our lawn. And then this one, where's this one right here, in this corner, this gentleman is mowing this whole section here.
Right.
And again, that's part of our property,
It
not
is
his.
ours, but that's not a conservancy though, right?
Well, still, she said we should have that on file,
Right.
that he's mowing our
Okay,
our
like, yeah,
property.
this is what's in conservancy,
Yeah.
the dark green here.
Right.
Yeah.
We traded that off to get the parking.
Right.
We're not even allowed to mow the conservancy.
Right, right.
Okay.
So, those two
it's-
things, when
so
Nancy
it's
gets
this guy
that letter that we
on-
need,
Right.
you can, she'll give you those, and
What is this hash mark over here?
I don't think that was anything else.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
okay.
Yeah, he does cut a big section. He
Yeah.
knows that.
Yeah,
I was aware of that one.
that's kind of big. I don't know if he thinks that's his, or,
It just looks nice, I think. You know, I mean, he cuts it with a, we cut it with a, you know, the big tractor, he's cutting it with a lawnmower, so it's nice.
okay. Is there any other questions for Mike on the board?
No,
Is there anyone in the audience tonight that might have a question for our road superintendent? Okay, thanks, Mike. We'll move on. Mr. Troyan, any reports?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over this, little bit of what's going on with the, people see the cable they've been putting up out here on the various roads. Well, that is, well, goes back, Charter Communication, Spectrum is basically the brand name for their cable and internet. They have, they're buying out Optimum, our current cable provider. And this is in conjunction with, they had applied for the Rural Ohio grant for, this is going back to '21, for expanding the rural internet. Well, I guess that money has started coming through now, so they're starting to use it up. So they're running the cable through, and I don't know if Optimum was originally some subsidiary that they just brought up to it, but it's going to be good for everyone, because now they're bringing through, you know, real fiber cable to, and I don't know how far they're going to get into the developments with it. Because I kind of mentioned last week, I've got Windstream, and they've got the fiber optic going down one road, but it just kind of flies past our street, and we have phone lines going underground, so it's fiber optic and then kind of trickles into our houses, so they're 100 meg going down the street is about 35 when it gets to my house. But again, this will be, I don't know what they're doing, because I came home today and there's a bunch of pink flags going up and down my street.
What do they say, or there's just flags?
Pink marker flags.
They're marking out right away, and then they're marking out, they call it, it's utility easement. So any place that you'll see utility easement, they're probably gonna run fiber in those
They're
developments.
probably shaking in the ground then like they did in the gas line.
And there's some of our
So,
developments that are marked.
I'm guessing
right now.
that's gonna be, that'll be part of the Spectrum things.
Right. Yeah, they're
Do the Optimum
advertising.
upgrade, couldn't hurt, so that's good news, and it's finally coming through, and talking to some of the others, didn't you say they're going down Valley Road, and they're
Oh,
actually,
Frank's Bend, yeah, we see it all the time down there. I've seen them out in Troy, at Stafford and Rapids, where I think there's one house in that area for
so you think
a mile either
you might
way.
actually get it at your
I
house, the
kind
way
of,
it's looking?
am thinking that, yeah. And Mike, don't forget, we got somebody coming from Spectrum to our next meeting as well.
Right, we were kind of like, we've just been getting bits and pieces of information, and so they're going to come and kind of explain the whole thing, you know, really what's going on in depth. But this brought up so as I was researching all this good stuff, the Chagrin Valley gig, that was brought up for the high-speed internet. And it's the really high-speed stuff. I think their lowest one is 500 meg. So, right now, they only have one customer, and that is Hunting Valley. Their population's 780, and CVG has 20%, 26% of the village. I've been trying to get some information, but we contacted Hunting Valley and nobody was home, so we left a message.
You know, you should call, I have his phone number, Bruce Mavick. He's the mayor of Hunting Valley. I have bees on his property, but I'll give you his phone number if you.
Cool. So, as we were going along, then, they did get a second contract. It's starting here at the end of this year, beginning of next year for Gates Mills. And got this from the Gates Mills City Council meeting where they were discussing it. And the mayor mentioned that they had they managed to negotiate down the monthly rate from $115 to $84 per resident, plus a $492,000 down payment. So apparently, these guys bring in the high-speed internet, but we have to pay for it. Now, I remember, were you on the board yet? When the company came in, they were just a startup,
Yes.
and they were trying to get they had the high speed, and then it's like everything was all well and good until they said, yeah, your cost will be.
Right.
So, again, we may still have them come in and see what it costs, but it's a relatively expensive endeavor, and now that we've got we'll have the higher speed cable coming through with the Spectrum, and we've got the fiber optic already in play for Windstream. But we'll see. It was just the information that was coming up as I was researching all this stuff, so I figured and to be continued, because we're still trying to get a lot of information, and it's like pulling teeth, but that's all I had.
Mr. Cavanaugh.
Everything seems to be on the agenda that we're going through. You guys touched on everything else that's happened. But Gene, I know you were under the weather over the weekend, and I pinch hit for you down at Adam Hall. Real nice birthday party down there, big one. And none of the outside outlets are working, not a one of them. Got my voltmeter and my $5 Menards voltmeter out, put it together, and couldn't find any power anywhere. Mike and I talked about it. All the GFIs where we've been plugging in those heater units on the roof, they're all shot. So, what I want to do, and I think we found an electrician, by the way, that's going to do this for us. We're going to separate that run away from wherever it is, because it's not even marked in the building. Nothing says outdoor outlets, nothing. So we're going to make that a dedicated circuit, I think, and have that, it needs redone, you know.
It didn't work on the outside because of the cable?
Well, where the cables plug in, all of those GFI units cannot be reset. They're all shot. I don't know if you ever reset a GFI unit, they
Yeah.
click.
Right.
There's nothing there, everywhere that those were plugged in. So my thought is probably they haven't worked since last winter.
So we do have an electrician? We got someone?
We found somebody today, he's gonna be in, he said he might get a chance to look at it later this week, but certainly next week. But yeah, I'm gonna ask him to do some stuff rather than put it back to where it is, at least mark that circuit and preferably separate it into its own. Because these people had long, big extension cords. They had a band outside, they were cooking outside, they had a 90-inch TV, they're watching the Ohio State game outside, you know.
So what happened when nothing worked?
I told you, long extension cords.
They had to plug inside.
Long extension cords, yeah.
I'm glad you handled that.
Yeah, that was, they were fine.
I have no extension cords.
Yeah, they were fine, and they were real pleased with the building down there, with the party. Everything turned out as good as they could hope for. But, yeah, we got some fixing to do down there.
Yeah,
Now, I don't know about the internet thing, because I actually tapped my phone into that
They might just
Wi-Fi.
went down, you know.
Yeah, and it said connected but no internet. Okay, so I don't know what this means. I unplugged everything and let it reboot, and same thing. Alex was out in his yard, my kid, on the way home, and
He says, yeah, that happens all the time up there, or anywhere out here.
When in doubt, turn it off. Turn it
But
back.
that still, that did not fix it. And I told the guy as I was leaving, I said, I'd suggest you find a 12-year-old, because I can't do this. So,
I guess they found somebody that had a hotspot
on their phone,
Phone.
and they made it work.
I do have a hotspot. I could have brought that.
Yeah, and they made it work, but, yeah, we got some fixing to do up there, just,
Yeah, I'd like to meet him up there and go through everything with him. see
Yeah.
what he says.
yeah, yeah. And if you got any thoughts up there too, God knows there's enough to look at up there, so.
Is this a local guy? or-
Yeah,
Okay.
it's down here off of North.
Okay.
That's probably about all I got.
I
That's
thought
not
you
on the
wanted to talk about
agenda.
the-
Good enough on the agenda to play with.
Oh, yeah, he's on there.
Yeah, you want, go ahead, why don't you do that?
You wanna do it
Just
now?
Go ahead,
Okay.
sure, that's your forte.
All right, we did those interviews we mentioned previously with four, I thought, pretty darn good applicants. I think we're fortunate in that way. But we found one that I think looks like a plug and go. He's been running a small road department out east.
By himself.
Sole employee, doing everything, with maybe not the equipment that we have here. As much as we complain about our trucks, they're probably,
We have good trucks.
yeah, they're probably a step up from what this fellow's been doing. He's very excited about coming here, sees it as an opportunity. So Thad Wotasic from Middlefield, Ohio. He's actually from Parkman, right off of 88. So I'll make a motion, I talked to him today, Nancy's done all the background. Make a motion for him to start here, $23 an hour. He has to give 2-week notice, so we're gonna say it his first possible opportunity.
Is there a second?
Oh, I'll second that. He was a great candidate.
Part of that motion, is the hire date gonna be today?
He can't start, he's gotta give notice.
I know, but that happened with the other guy.
We need to know an exact anniversary date.
Yeah.
That determines a lot of things.
The hire date.
What did we
was-
do with the last guy?
The hire date was the date you motioned to bring him on, right?
I
So
think
that would be
that's what
today.
we
Well, then
did.
I would say that's what we have to do here. And Nancy asked me something similar today about carrying over sick time or PRS stuff, and I said, yeah, he's township to township. so-
Yeah, he'll get, yeah, anything, his Opers will all come over. I don't know that he's got much sick time, but you guys did
We set the
set a
policy.
Policy,
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't think, he's not gonna exceed what the policy was, nothing more than 80 hours, I think, is what the policy was.
Could we modify the motion to say that, yes, we're hiring him, and his actual hire date will be the date he can start working?
I'd say you stick with what we did last time. I don't,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know if
I
you
would
wanna
stick with
change
what-
that.
Yeah, I would stick with what we did last time.
Okay.
And then, do you have any idea when, if you tell him tomorrow, when he would be able to start?
You talked to him? You
Yeah, I did talk to him. He's gotta give 2 weeks.
Two
He's
weeks
gotta
from
give 2 weeks
today,
notice.
so it'll be 2 weeks Monday, so it'll be the 20th, is that right?
Yeah, he's gotta give 2-week notice.
So he'll start the 20th.
Okay, now, just to clarify, we had the same instance the last time we hired. That would be the beginning of it'd be in the middle of a pay period, number one. Number two, because today's his hire date, would he get paid for the holiday? Just want to make sure and get that clarified.
Oh, Columbus Day's coming up
Yeah.
between here and there. What'd we do with the last guy? I was gonna say,
We
we've kind
were
of set the
paying
precedent.
Yeah, we paid holidays, but the ones that we carried from the beginning of the year, we weren't paying those days. So what I did with the last guy is I brought him in and had him clean the shop, just so he can earn some income for that one day we carried. It was the Friday after Thanksgiving, I had him work.
Yeah, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. I mean, we've done this fairly recently, so I would say we do what we did last time.
So he'll get paid, what's coming up, the D?
13th, but he wouldn't actually start working until the 20th.
Yeah, he would get paid for a day.
But he's in the middle of a pay period,
Oh,
and the 13th is in the
I
middle
see
of
what
a
you're
pay
saying,
period.
yeah.
So,
I don't know about that one. But we had holidays coming up and he'll be on probation, and we paid the last
I
guy.
explained the 90-day probation period before benefits would
It's
start.
just that those days that we carried from the beginning here, he would get paid for it, but I'll find something.
Yeah, I didn't go into any holidays or anything like that with them.
He talked to me about that a little bit.
All right, well,
Okay, we're good?
yeah.
Whatever Dan said.
Just make sure in the motion, the higher dates today for,
Okay,
Okay.
there's a motion then, I don't think anybody seconded that yet.
Mike? I'll second.
Mike,
Sure.
EJ,
Yes.
Gene.
Yes.
You call him tomorrow then?
Yeah, I'll give him a call.
Yeah,
You talked to him
I
today?
talked to him today.
Okay.
And that was $23 an hour.
Yep.
So higher date today, and $23 an
All right, so we're gonna go into new business.
hour. One more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
On road employees, Nathan, he
Yeah,
got his CDL.
he did, and he also, it came to my attention that we typically had been giving her usually $1 raise at the 90-day.
You did that for Pete.
We did it for Pete. I don't know how we overlooked that for Nathan, but we did. So where's he at now, Dan? 22?
22.50 something.
Yeah. We had talked, and I think it was $2 an hour you were
That's what you had
considering.
mentioned, too.
Does that sound right then? That?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah, I know, Dan, you've been working hard on this, and Mike and I are gonna meet with you as soon as we get some raindrops here. I can take these things.
Yeah, he's currently at 22.55. This would take him to 24.55, and it's still less than Pete.
Okay. And he's right up there with the CDL now too, as you mentioned, so that's what we asked him to do, so.
And I'd like to
I'll
make
make
it-
the motion then.
I'd like to make it, that the increase be retroactive to 9/27. He got the CDL on 9/8, and 9/27
Okay.
was the start of the pay period.
And once again,
We're in now.
I talked to him at the picnic up there too, and I told him, I said, I'm sorry about that, somehow that got overlooked. And Kid never said anything about it, but I think he was excited for, what we did to get him his CDL, that we were so helpful, but, and we're appreciative to have him here, so let's make a motion and increase that pay $2 an hour.
Okay,
To
effective.
24.55, Dan?
24.55,
Okay.
effective 9/27.
That's my motion.
I'll second.
Mike,
Yes.
EJ?
Yes.
Gene?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, new business. Transition period
You
for
left- you
a
skipped-
new, what's
You
that?
skipped me.
I did, didn't I? I'm so sorry. Did I tell you I was in the hospital?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's hard to tell? Dan, you've been
text-
talking for the last 10 minutes.
Texted your daughter every 4 hours. How's Gene? How's Gene?
Dan Matsko, fiscal officer.
Okay, since our last meeting, I processed and 15 electronic payments, which cleared the bank, totaling $72,722.25. I processed 25 warrants totaling $25,952.21 for a total of $98,674.46. Was able to reconcile, do a September bank reconciliation. As of September 30th, we had our primary checking, $1,212,476.52, and in our Star Ohio account, $2,248,362.42, for a total of $3,460,838.94. We briefly discussed at the, any questions on that? We briefly discussed, I think at the last meeting, we got a update on the refund distribution for the levy money. And I was asked to find out, get a follow-up from the county auditor's office, and Pam McMahon sent me a Geauga County Auditor's Office refund distribution summary. The total we began with was $752,041.72. The current bank balance is $61,769.98. 41 checks are reported as outstanding, totaling $6,515.58. And there's another 352 checks reported as undeliverable, totaling $55,144.19. So they have, so far, 87.76% of the checks have cleared the bank. I did ask her to please provide the final report when they reach the conclusion of the refund distribution. This was as of September 22nd, 2025.
What happens next? Is there any further notification to the residents, or does it go to Columbus?
Says American Legal said they are at the conclusion of the period to accept requests for reissue and will begin the process of escheating the funds, which means turning them over to, I think, the Ohio Unclaimed Funds. I had to look it up.
I would have to look that one up.
Questions on that?
Any questions for Dan? Anybody?
On that one. And the last thing I got is, I got a community picnic income expense report, and we had, for this year, 6,000, the picnic cost $6,049.95 with income of $140. So it cost the township $5,909.95. That was higher than, the cost was higher than in the previous 2 years because we didn't have the Chinese auction, and we had got numerous donations from the last, during the last picnics, but we didn't solicit any prizes or donations, so that's why the income was so low. That was strictly from the Truck Fest applications. And I guess we only had 7.
Yeah, there wasn't too many this year.
We had 7 this year, and quite a few more. They had 14 last year. And the year before, they had 24. So,
That's a good sign, people get rid of their junk.
yeah, but it's steadily gone down from 2 years ago. So, yeah, maybe they don't have any more junk.
There you go.
All right, that's all I have.
That's it? All right, now we'll move on to the business. We have a transition period for the new BZA and zoning secretaries. Mike, is that something you were talking about?
Yeah, what we've got is the BZA and the zoning commission, they hire their own secretaries. Now Jane has been stepping down from that position, and so what we're going to have is it'll be a learning curve for the new secretaries coming in. So she may have to, like I said, we're looking at a transition period probably through the end of the year. Well, she'll come in and sit in some meetings and help them train and everything else. So we only set up in the organizational minutes to establish an hourly rate or the minute meeting per diem. We've never had the issue of having someone do the training, so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say she worked for the city of Aurora in zoning specifically, and then here for 25 years in zoning as a ZBA secretary. So there's some experience there that it's gonna take a bit to hand over. So I'm supportive of that rather than shoving somebody in the deep end of the pool.
To approve the additional time that she has coming into this for any training. And it shouldn't be significant amount of time because she won't be involved. She'll give them some training, but they'll actually be doing their own minutes and things. So most of the timely stuff won't really affect her that much.
Gene, you'll remember this because when I started, Ellie Miles passed away right around
right when I was getting started as a trustee, and she had done the same thing for probably 20-plus years, I'm sure, before that.
Yep.
And we made an immediate hire that lasted about 3 weeks. So we probably want to do a little better on this one.
I do. Okay, next on the.
So what are we saying there? Do we have,
we don't have to make a motion for that, do we?
Yeah, I'll
Do we
make a
have
motion
somebody?
to,
We're gonna pay both people here for a transition changeover.
right,
till she
For
gets-
training purposes.
Training purposes.
I know, but do we have, who hires the person?
The zoning board and zoning board.
Yes, the ZBA and the commission hire their own people. We are going to pay the outgoing secretary to assist in training through the end of the year.
Correct.
For training purposes.
So, and the new secretary will get the same hourly rate, is that what you're saying?
correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. So,
for, it's limited here.
so this is a new employee, is there an effective date of hire for this person? Because I gotta get him in the payroll system.
You know,
And all that
Dan,
stuff.
it is in the revised code in black and white. The commission hires their secretary and the board hires their secretary.
Yeah.
So who's
uh,
notified?
They
of
have to let you
they
know.
I don't know
You
how.
don't have to approve it, or?
No,
No.
no. We set the
All we do
salary.
is set the rate,
We
that's
set the
it.
salary.
All right, so we'll need a motion to set the salary for the person, based on January, the organizational meeting, is what
Right.
you're saying.
She'll be paid at the same rate as the
Got
zone
it.
is now, and yes, it will be changed at the organizational
we'll
meeting
address
in
it at the
January.
organization.
So do I need, or is the zoning board and the BZA gonna contact me?
They need to.
So I can get them put
Right.
on the, because then they're gonna
When Jane's
start
in here.
contributing the
Right.
overs
When-
and all that stuff.
When
I'll call
Jane's
Jane
in
in the morning to
here,
make sure that she.
well, he's in here with
I'll
Jane,
see it.
he'll see Jane.
If that's what, okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how you to proceed with that.
We don't either, because we've never done this before, because Jane's done this forever since any of us are even here, so
All right.
Okay.
this is a whole new,
Speaking of things that need to be corrected, we need to do a resolution 2025-14. It was done, I'm told previously, but the wrong pictures were sent in the book for Geauga County. So we do need to pass this resolution, but all the whereases and this that we have to read is just one. All right, it's an amendment to the Declaration of Restrictive Covenants for inspection, maintenance previously recorded. It's already been recorded, volume 2186, page 1441 in the Geauga County records, to correct the inadvertent attachment of the wrong drawing of the stormwater retention basin.
And that's
So
at-
we're
that's at
making
the
this
park- that's at the
resolution.
park, by the way.
Right, resolution 2025-14, and we will need a motion to pass it, but the only thing I need to read on that is that whereas owners desire to once again amend the amended Declaration of Restricted Covenants for inspection and maintenance to correct the inadvertent attachment of the wrong drawing previously recorded at volume 2186, page 1441 in the Geauga County Board of Records.
Okay, motion to adopt 2025-14.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mike,
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Gene?
Yes. Okay, moving on, we have quotes we received for the town hall repair. You may have remembered there was a little accident at the intersection here. They ran into the corner of our building and knocked out the steps and what have you, and so we have some quotes. Caves Road construction is $19,575 to repair the faculty back to the original condition. Caves Road construction is at $28,100 to build an ADA compliant ramp. So they want to charge us almost 20 grand to repair it and another 28 grand to put the ADA walk in. Now, the next one is from GW Construction for $20,300 to make repairs including an ADA compliant ramp. We have worked with GW on many occasions in the township, I think very successfully. So unless anyone has a problem, I would make the motion to get with GW Construction for $20,300 to make repairs, including an ADA ramp. And if I'm not mistaken, we've already received 19,000.
570.
Yeah, 19,000, okay,
From the insurance.
from the insurance company.
So it's gonna
Okay,
cost us a little under
right,
1,000.
right. Is there a motion?
I'll second.
Okay,
Mike,
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Chief?
yes. Okay, the next one is a quote received. The back window here in the administration building, the window is shot. GW Construction has also given us a quote for $680 to repair and replace that window. Is there a motion to accept that?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mike,
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Chief?
Yes. The next one, I think, is up Dan's alley here, Hartford Venistar Medical Insurance Policy, which is a renewal. Right, Dan?
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything else about it before we motion?
Well, going back to that, was that Auburn, for the windows?
It's GW,
Yeah.
GW Construction. You see, he had one for the building over here, and then he had one for $680 for the window.
Do you have a copy? Thought I did. Yeah.
Here, PJ's got it.
This is,
No, this is the front porch. You got that one.
No.
for the 680.
Here,
Oh, okay, I got it.
you got it? All right.
Okay, so we're going with that.
Anything on the insurance?
Yes, insurance. You all received packets I sent
Yes.
regarding, okay, our medical insurances, Medical Mutual, that insurance contract began September 1. In fact, there was not an increase for this year, from September 1 of this year to August, through August of next year. Now, the plan we have for those of us that are Medicare age eligible, I got a letter from, it's a company called Acrisure is the old Burnham and Flower who manages our insurances. And Express Scripts Group Medicare Part D has increased 7.79%, and the medical plan for those, the secondary, this is a secondary insurance for those that have Medicare as their primary, that increased by 20%. And they need to know by October 15th, this is a renewal letter I received, if we want to go with that plan. The increase from last year to this year is like $406.56 per person is the premium, which includes medical and the prescription plan, to $465.93. So about $59 per person. The total, because we had, when Mike Ludwig resigned, his wife dropped off that plan. So the actual total annual premium is going to be $3161.85 per month versus, which is what we're paying now, and it's only going to go up $20 to $3183.36 a month total for all the employees. So, and that plan runs from January 1 through December, so we really don't have much choice. But it's still, based on the cost, it's still pretty reasonable.
Do you need a motion?
Yeah, to accept the renewal.
All right. Is there a motion to accept the renewal?
You got it.
Yeah, so moved.
Second.
Okay, Mike,
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Dan?
Gene?
Or Chief? I'm Dan. was looking, I gotta print my name here. It's after 8 o'clock.
No, this is better than Monday Night Football, isn't it? Really? Okay. As you know, we've been working on a septic system for the park to eventually put a bathroom up there. We have some quotes for that. We have a quote from Auburn Bainbridge Excavating for $38,750. We have Horizon for $36,337, and Claridge for $26,089. Now, as we look at these bids, everybody should remember, it's not the lowest bid, it's the best bid. So with that in consideration, is there any discussion? If not, I'm going to make a motion if there's no discussion.
I'm just gotta throw out there, because I have to, because transparency and whatnot. I have done significant business, my family and I, with 2 of those 3 quotes. Now, if there's one of those that I would prefer to go with, it would be Auburn Bainbridge Excavating. They've done a lot of work for us, and they come back, well, nothing's gone. There's nothing they've had to come back and fix. But they're local and just good people. They've done great work for the township. Fortunately, the last 5 years, they've also done some great work for me, so.
You're going to abstain?
I think I'm gonna have to, and then, of course,
Okay.
the low bidder is one that I've done significant business with, too, about 7 years ago, so I'm not gonna.
Do you have any comments, Mike?
Well, I think lowest and best, and based on, my experience of what I've heard from this company, of the Auburn Bainbridge Excavating. I've never had them do any work for me personally, but, based on TJ's comments, and I concur. I think I will, is your motion to go with that?
I'm going to make the motion to accept Auburn Bainbridge Excavating at $38,750 to do the septic work in the park for us.
I will second.
Go ahead.
Mike,
Yes.
PJ,
I gotta abstain.
Gene.
Yes. Motion passes.
All you gotta do is get something to go into the septic system.
Well, we'll need to start working on that. PJ, you said you knew a place where you could buy those
You can buy prefabs, yes.
Well, we'll work on that next.
One thing to remember is we started with ballpark figures of right around 60,000.
Right.
So, and the other thing, Gene, go ahead and mention this too, because this is the grant money available
Right.
for that. So through NOPAC, we have 34,583 from, that's available for disbursement. And then we have an expiring balance from 2 years ago of 6,700.
Yep.
So we think this is.
We're going to do very well.
This is going to be paid for.
And a confirmation that, the septic system falls under their guidelines, and they, Nancy checked with them a few
Now,
times.
if
to
you want
confirm it.
gold-plated toilet seats and stuff like that nowadays, like Mar-a-Lago, we got problems from here on, but I think we'll be all right.
I'm sure we can get a grant from that from somebody.
Well, like I said, there's going to be a lot of discussion down the road of how we maintain that, service it, when we turn it off and when we turn it on.
It's a key thing about
Right.
putting a park in.
I really think, before you say that, we did our homework on this, and if you look throughout the county, other communities have tried to do this, and they messed it up royally. And we did some heavy investigation as far as these portable ones that you could bring in, these no-flush ones. Even the Jogga Park system did things that they're sorry that they did on those bathrooms. I know of another community that has had issues with that. So I think, to our credit, we did it the right way. We did our homework, and it's going to be done right, and we should be good with the bathrooms.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
it'll
PJ.
be a major improvement.
Certainly. Okay, we already talked about the asphalt for the service garage and the fire department. So I guess the only thing left that we have is some save the dates. 10/6, of course, we met tonight for our meeting. On 10/14, the Board of Zoning Appeals will meet here at 7. On 10/20, the Board of Trustees will be back here for our meeting. On 11/3, the Board of Trustees regular meeting, again, will be back here. On 11/4, do your civic duty and vote. On 11/4, also, the Board of Zoning Appeals meeting will be here at 7 o'clock. On 11/13, the Zoning Commission meeting, again at 7 o'clock. And on November 17th, the regular trustees meeting, Board of Trustees will be here. That being said, before I ask for a motion to adjourn, is there any comments from the public? Anybody want to say anything or have comments or questions? Nobody? So with that, I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Second?
Mike,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Gene.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for being involved in your township government.